show you how to take off the box braid. You need that, and you need your comb. So while I'm taking it off, I'm going to be talking about the Bible story, which is the beginning of creation. Because most people now think, all right, the world just came into being, the Big Bang Theory. Why the Big Bang Theory is right? You can see that before the Big Bang Theory, there was actually, in Genesis 1 verse 1, the Bible said God created heaven and earth. So according to science, like there was something, there has to be something that brought all of this together. So say if God wasn't there, we wouldn't have the earth in the first place. There would be nothing for the scientists to study. Everything was dark, like when you go to space, the way everything is in space, no organization and everything. The way the earth is just hanging. And the earth is hanging on top of nothing in the thin air. So how do you think the earth got there? Someone must have made it. Like you don't just look at the thin air and it's just turned to something. No. So if you're a Christian and still confused, well, how God is infinity, the divine being. So He made heaven and earth. So right. And then I was reading there. It says the first day God created. He said He created a firmament, and then He separated the night from the day. And after He done that, He said, "Let there be light." There was light, and He saw that it was good. And I'm saying this because I used to have friends that argued with me about the Bible, and they always say, "Oh, Big Bang Theory, makes no sense. Big Bang Theory. Okay, where did your mother come from? Where did your mother come from? Where did your grand? You see that somebody must have created one person. So God created one woman and one man. So those one woman, according to the Bible, they procreated. That's what made up this whole world today. So say Adam gave birth to Cain and Abel. Then Cain killed Abel. Cain killed Abel. One of them killed each other anyway. So only one of them was left, and that one was cursed because you know why he is cursed? He killed his friend. And that was the first murder in history. He killed his own brother. Why? Because of jealousy. And that is why the Bible is always telling us that we shouldn't be jealous of other people. Well, why did he kill his brother? Because his brother brought a fruit.
But how did he reproduce?
How did he kill his brother? He killed his brother because the brother brought the best sacrifice to God, and God was happy with the brother, and he was jealous. Well, why didn't you bring the best sacrifice if you know that, right? If you know you want to be jealous, right? You should have brought the best, but he was greedy, so he had the best, and then he gave rotten fruit to God. He gave fruit that was not perfect to God, and the other one brought the best of his fruit. He brought the other one was a farmer, so he reared sheep, so he brought the best of his sheep. Brought the most fattest that would have cost him a lot of money. You see, that is why God is asking us to know that when you want to give something to God, give it with the whole of your heart. Don't say, "Oh, let me just give because that pastor is no." You won't receive the reward of giving like that. You give with the whole of your heart. Well, not to drift from the topic. That was how the world was created. In the beginning was the world, and God was the word. Nothing was made without God. But the devil came and he tried to confuse others, because before Genesis, when you read Revelation, you understand that there was a battle in heaven, and Satan has been thrown down onto earth, and God has already said he was going to go to hell to die. So he knows that he is going to hell. So this is what this corny Satan has done. So he doesn't want to go to hell alone. It's like when your friends say that, "Oh, I'm not the only one that is going to be punished. We'll all be punished together." So he's recruiting people to to go to hell with him. So that is why you see he deceived Adam and Eve so that, because he's not going to go to heaven, he didn't want mankind to go to heaven. So unknowing to him that God is smarter than him. So I'm still on one head since we're going to sleep here today. Unknowing to him that God was smarter than him, God already had a plan, you see, to save mankind. So, and he didn't know that God already knew that he was going to come and deceive mankind. So God has already set up another plan. So that is how we get to the New Testament. God sent his only son, Jesus, to come and die for our sin in order to set us free. So that, because when Adam and Eve sinned in the Garden of Eden, God chased them out of the Garden of Eden. But before God chased them out, God being a loving God, that's why I love him so much. Him being a loving God, he made clothes out of out of sheep or something for Adam and Eve. Imagine, he's already angry with them that they sin. See how loving God is. God is like a parent, when you take care of your child, even though they've pissed you off, because you have to. Because they're your children. If you don't, nobody else will. Because we are God's creation. He loves us so much. So he made clothes for Adam and Eve before sending them out of the Garden of Eden. And the reason why he had to send them out of the Garden of Eden was because if Adam and Eve had stayed in the Garden of Eden, they would have eaten from the fruit of life that they ate from. Because if you eat it twice, you become immortal and you wouldn't be able to. Human beings wouldn't be able to die again if Adam and Eve had eaten that fruit. We live forever. And God didn't want that. God created us so that we can, be immortal and return back to the ground where we came from. So, to cut the long story short, God kicked Adam and Eve out of the Garden of Eden because of sin. And to show you how loving God is, God made them clothes. When I read that part, it really touched my heart. I'm like, hey, yeah. And this God, he's just so kind. He made them clothes and then sent them out of the Garden of Eden. And you can see the kindness of God with this world today. Even though some people are so mean, they're so evil, God still sent down his rain upon them. He still made sure that they have food to eat. And I'm like, no, he still provides for them, hoping that they might change their mind. It's like when your child is bad. See, there's no bush to throw a bad child. So you're going like, God, please help me. Let this child be good. God understands your pain, because God created Satan. Satan was good when God created him. So, but he just decided to be bad. Nah. And God gave us free will. He wanted to choose to be good, because by the time he comes back and you have to go to heaven and hell, there will be no time for you to say, Father, I'm sorry. No, that time it will just be judgment. It will just be judgment. That's what people don't know. You won't be able to say, Father, I'm sorry at that time, because the trumpet will be sounding. Anyway, let's go back to the story. I really love that story. You can get all that. I really love that story. My battery is low there. I really love that story of creation. It shows how kind God is. God still, created a clothes for them to wear. It shows how loving this God is. If it was if it was Satan or some other people, I told you not to do something, I do, get out. Just get out. I don't want to see you ever. He wouldn't care if they like they stay in it, they don't have food to eat, they don't have anything, it won't be his problem. But you see, this God is so kind. It's not like some parents today. Even some parents create, they have a baby and they can't even take care of them. They kick them out of their house and things like that. But God is not like that. God still followed Adam and Eve, gave them a clothes to wear, asked them to till the land and make their own food. There was a land there for them to till. They don't have to buy a house. They don't have to look for money to buy things, because they have everything. All they need to do was just till the land, and it will grow up crops for them to eat. To me, I think that was a fair punishment enough. And God is a good God. But that's not to judge anyway. You can say your opinion in the comment section if you want to. But yeah, Genesis, that's the book of Genesis, verse 1 to just verse 4 or 5. And then Cain, uh, the other brother who lived, yeah, I don't want to mention him because I know it's Cain and Abel, but yeah, went on and told God, "Oh God, my punishment is too harsh. You said I should roam around the world because I." And God, being a loving God, still say anybody that killed Cain would die. So God still, God is still defending the murderer. That's how good God is, because he's the creature of God. God cannot throw him away, huh? And God did not defend him because God liked what he did. No, God did not like him murdering another human being, because that human being, God created the human being, and every life is important to God. Even a cat, even a dog, even a monkey, everything, every life, even a butterfly, every life is important to God. How much more a human being? And you see these days some people they just kill people anyhow, and they think, oh yeah, nobody saw me. Yeah, God sees everything. He sees everything, and you can't hide from him. Cain thought God would not see him when he killed his brother. He took his brother to a farm and killed his own brother just because of jealousy. But God saw him. Nah. So God saw him. See, I'm still on the braid, so I'm bored. So I'm making this video just to keep myself occupied. And I'm talking about something that talking about the Bible, because well, I love the Bible. Is one of the books that I love reading. It's interesting, and it educates you about life, especially proverb. I can't believe, when I was reading that proverb, I was like, hey. Sometimes I get angry a lot, and I'm like, because Brother Solomon in that book was calling us a fool. He actually called me a fool because he said an angry man, angry person is foolish. I'm like, hey, I should read this Bible more. So since I read that proverb, I stopped getting angry, because I know that if you get angry and sometimes you do something, for example, you get angry at your child and you do something, and then later you realize, oh God, what did I do? It's not you, but because of the anger. That is why, as Proverbs said, God said we shouldn't get angry, because if angry man is a foolish man. He said get angry but sin not. How are you gonna not sin when you get angry? Like I know friends that when they get angry they can break bottle on your head, and they break the bottle and then they're like, oh my God, what have I done? So it's the best thing is not to get angry. So how do you not get angry? You don't let other people's reaction change. You don't let other people's action change your reaction. It's hard not to, because as a human being we have a lot of feelings. Someone can do something that will actually make you really, really angry. Oh my God. But the most important thing is that when you don't get angry, you realize that, oh my God, you see, is this me? I'm so mature, I'm growing. Like that, you see yourself, grow through, because only kids get to attention when you get angry, because, actually getting angry is, it's not a thing that a Christian should do, because the Bible say that an angry man is a foolish man. If you love God, you just don't get angry. Ask the Holy Spirit to help you with your anger, because I won't say that it's easy, because even those people that get angry, they don't intentionally get angry. Sometimes they don't even want to get angry. Yeah, so sometimes they don't want to get angry, and they just have to get angry because someone does something to piss them off. And when I was growing up, I had somebody slapped me, and and usually then I just gave my life to Jesus. And my pastor told her, if someone slap you, it's very funny, this story. I don't want to say it, because if I say it I will sound stupid, but it's a fact. The Bible, where the part where they say, Jesus said, when he slap you, turn your second cheek. I've read that part during that week. So I thought, oh my God, this is really gonna be hard. So if somebody slap me, I'm gonna just turn my second cheek for them to slap, and I'll say thank you, and I wouldn't even fight them. Oh God, please help me to do your will. And I will believe. I'll tell you, believe me, when that person slapped me, a friend slapped, I didn't say a word. I just turned to second cheek and she was like, "Are you okay?" Because she's like, "Are you alright?" Because this is not the Christiana that I know. Like, usually, if I slap you, I'll give me back too. I'm like, well, it's not me that live you, but Christ that lives to you. So when you give a life to God, there's something you must stop because because you love God and you want Him to take the glory. And I tell you that immediately somebody came and defended me when she slapped me. She said, "Ah, why are you slapping your friend like this? That's not good." And she was seen as a horrible person, and I was seen as a good person. For that moment, I felt so happy. I felt fulfilled. I felt like, oh my God, right? Like God can actually change someone like this. I only asked God to help me to be good, and that happened. And I was like, oh God, thank you, and help me to keep living for you. Because sometimes we think, well, I want to be holy, I'm going to be so holy. Well, it's not your decision to make. Yeah, you can say you want, but if you don't ask the Holy Spirit for it, because Jesus said He's gonna send us an helper. See, the helper, this one is tango, is the Holy Spirit. So he has come to help us. But this is the thing: the Holy Spirit will not help you because you have a free will until you ask. Ask. That's what Jesus said in Matthew. See, my people perish because of lack of knowledge. Ask Him to help you, because there are some times that you don't want the Holy Spirit to help you because you want to fight that fight. If I don't fight that fight today, my body will not calm down. I'm gonna show that girl Pepe. I'm gonna show her that I'm Christiana. When I was in primary school, secondary school, I used to fight boys. That's how crazy I was. Boys. I won't beat a boy. He was beating. No, I don't look for fight, but I defend. Say, if you bully my friend, or they say, I call you, he said, I will beat. So, there was this guy, he used to call me, and I was very patient. I won't lie to you. He used to call my sister name, and he used to call us name. He would just be calling something something. I forgot the name he used to call us then. I think he said Omo Laibi, or something like that. Our son name Oshibodi, we say Osubodi. He will spoil our son name. When we were growing up then in Nigeria, some people just bully you then for no reason. So, and that time, when someone bully you like that, you want to get angry, right? Then I haven't given my life. I used to go to church. I was a Christian. My parents were Christian. They take me to church all the time. But this time, I have not personally given my life to Jesus. I just go because my parents wanted me to go. So, this guy, I thought that the guy was dead. I thought he was dead after I beat him up. This guy called when I'm with my brother, he doesn't do that. He took my younger brother went to buy me something, and he took this boy and he beat him up. When I say he beat him up, he beat my brother, and while he was on top of my brother beating him, I just, why is this boy not coming back with my food? He went to buy me rice, all those. There was this lady, we call her Yawale, she sells rice there in Ajigule. I told this guy, my younger brother, to go and buy me food, big sister now. I was sitting there waiting for him to bring me food for me to eat. And I said, let me go and check. That's how I saw this boy beating my brother, punching him. I was like, and I looked at him. I said, and I'm trying to be a good guy, and I don't want to fight in school, and I don't want to fight in the community. I don't want anybody to give me a bad name, because my father will kill me if I find out I'll fight. And my dad has told me not to stop fighting. It's not for girls. So I went. Immediately I saw him, and at that time I was watching a Jack Chan movie. Eagle. Hey, I think Eagle in the Shadow or Flying Monkey or something like that. I can't forget the name. I forgot the name of the movie. So that was how I did that. That flying kick that Jack Chan did, right from where I was. I said, yo! And then I just went straight to the boy. Push, push, push. He fell down. See, all the other boys that were behind him, hailing him to beat my brother, they ran. They ran, and he fell down like he fainted. And then my brother said, yeah. My brother got up. And that's how my brother ran home. He said, yeah, my sister, beat him. As if I was like, poo. I was there punching this boy. And, as I was punching this boy, my brother said, let's leave him and go. Immediately we just stood up. The boy stand up. No, he was pretending to have fainted so that I would leave him. Immediately I stood up. The boy stood up. And he ran home. If I tell you run, he ran home. And since that day, whenever I go to buy things, when he sees me coming, I'm not proud of it. That was me before I saw Christ. So he ran. Literally, he ran. So if God has not changed my life, maybe I would have been in prison by now. I've been somewhere. I've beaten somebody's child. I've been in trouble. So I'm just giving you an example of what God can do sometimes. So if you give him your will, you say, Father, be my will today. Be my will this new year. Father, be my thought. Direct my path. Let me walk. Let me live for you. Don't let your will be my will. That's what Pastor called. Let your will be my will. Because sometimes our human will, if it's only us, because as I see Christians, they will go and be looking for their fight. If it's only us, if it's only our will, let God will be your will this year as a Christian. Just remember, if anybody wants to fight, you say, would Jesus do this? If Jesus will not do it, don't be proud to do it. Don't do it, because the Bible says he that sin is of the devil. And you see, every problem that we have in mankind today, the fact that we die, we're not supposed to be dying. It was the devil that made us to die. If Adam and Eve hadn't ate that fruit, we would be in the garden of. If Adam and Eve hasn't eaten that fruit, we will be in the garden of Eden today. We won't die. You see, we'll be enjoying our life. Can you imagine that? Can you? We will be enjoying our life, but still, we can't judge Adam and Eve, because some of us today, we are worse. I tell you, we are worse than Adam and Eve. One. God said, thou shalt not steal. Some of us will steal and we still go to church and give the money to God. Like the mind of some people, their mind. We want to be Robin Hood. Where in the Bible did it say be Robin Hood? Thou shalt not steal. And some of us, I'm not trying to judge anybody. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to defend Adam and Eve. But I'm not trying to judge anybody. Some of us, if we're Adam and Eve, would have done worse. We haven't tell God, waiting now. We'll have said, waiting. Stay your lane, Joe. I know. Some people. Adam and Eve they were afraid, and they told God, we are so scared to come to your presence. They were timid. They were frightened. So let's give it to them. They, what they did was wrong, but they knew what they did was wrong. The thing is that the only problem Adam and Eve done is that they didn't ask for forgiveness. God is a merciful God. If they've said, oh Father, I'm sorry, I've done this, God would have forgiven him. I know that because I know God is a loving God. And if they have said, Satan, we can't eat this fruit because our Father said not to eat it. This is also to children. You that disobey your parent, you think you are going scot-free. God is there watching you. When you grow up to your own children, some things that my son do today, I remember when I used to do it to my to my parent, I go like, oh my God. So your parents don't even need to say your children will do it to you. There's something we call karma, and it does work. That's what people call it nowadays, karma. You call it karma. It does work. And sometimes God will make sure that the exact same thing you do to your parent, your children will be doing it to you. So this 2025, let's make a new year resolution. Let's try to be good. Let's try to be good. It's not easy, but it doesn't cost a thing. Imagine if everyone in the world become good. God heart will be joyous. God will be happy. That he'll be happy that he created mankind. But let me tell you what baffled me in that Bible verse. In that Bible passage in Genesis, there when God said, God looked down on the human being he has created, and he was what? He was sorry he has created them because they were behaving anyhow. They were not respecting God. They were angels were sleeping with, no, not angels. The sons of God were sleeping with women and things like that was happening. God didn't like it. God did not like it. That was why our life, because Enoch lived almost 80 something. Enoch lived, our forefathers in the Bible lived long years, and you're wondering now some people are living 70, not even up to 100, and you're wondering why. So this is the why. If somebody did not kill you and nobody shoot you, you should be able to live 120. That is the age the Bible, God commanded us to live to now. But people these days don't even reach 100. Once they are 80, they are sick, because sometimes we don't take care of the body that God gave us. And he said 120, he meant that we should take care of it so we can live that long to see our children and grandchildren. So let's go to the part where Noah, because Enoch begot Noah, and Noah walked perfectly before God. And see, when you walk perfectly before God, God can save you and your whole family. Noah walked perfectly before God. So this is what God done. God saved his family. When God looked down and saw that mankind were very, very, very bad, he said, okay, I'm going to destroy the whole world, but I'm going to save my people. So when you love God, he is going to save you. God does not abandon his people. He loves his children and he saved them. It might not be what you are thinking, but he saved you. He makes sure that you don't suffer. So Noah was asked to build the ark, and these people are saying, oh, some people that will say, oh, I will not marry with Iso, and all those stupid songs they be singing. Yeah, Iso, when you get HIV, you will know yourself. So God told Noah, God was even merciful and told him to tell them that he was going to send a flood. But did these people listen? No. They didn't even prepare for the flood. They were like, oh, what is this man saying? They were, some of them were even his friends, they were even keeping malice with him because he told them, God said this, God said that. People don't even want to hear about God anymore. But this is the thing, the most baffling thing is this. Whether you listen, whether you give your life to Christ, whether you don't, whether you listen or not, it won't change what God will do. He will do what he will do. So it is better for you to listen, yeah, than, because if you don't listen, you end up in hell, and then hell is not a place for anybody. It was made for the devil, not for any child of God, not for any of the beautiful creation of God. But what can we do? Some people will not listen, and this is the thing. The Bible said that the God of this world has blinded the mind of people so that they will not listen. So this is the prayer that most Christians are supposed to pray. If you want somebody to give their life to Christ, you have to pray for them, that every blindness that the God of this world has put in their heart, that it should be removed. Because that's the only way that you can, because if not, if the God of this world has blinded them, there's no way you can make them to give their life to Christ. No, only God. That's why the Bible says, Paul planted, Apollo water, but God give the increase. God. And he said he will draw men unto himself. If you pray, if you want God to bring people to your church, you have to pray. You can't just sit and say, oh, they will come. No. We wrestle not against flesh and blood. Think they don't. Some of them even want to come. I've been to some people that say me, oh yeah, Christy, I will go to church. And the next day you go, oh yeah, I'm too busy. Oh yeah, I'm this, I'm that. But by the time the trumpet sound, Papa, let me see if they're going to be able to be busy. Because they can't be busy. Because that workplace you go into, you might not be there. Because the trumpet sounding will involve an earthquake. And there will be like the battle of Armageddon. There will be like zombies and everything eating up people. So like there will be no way for you to even go to work. Like it's going to be like something like COVID-19. Lockdown, when everywhere is locked down, like there's nothing, you can't do anything, because even the boss you're going to, he might be a Christian and you might have rapture, so you won't see him. That the wife will be sitting beside husband, and phew, the wife will disappear because she's a Christian, and then the husband will be sitting, oh my God, I should have listened, I should have given my life to Christ. So what's that? You're expecting a parcel. So as I was saying, it's the Bible says it's gonna happen like a thief in the night. We won't be prepared for it. We won't. We won't. And you see, people nowadays, you see people doing why you don't have to go to church, my dear. Nah, precaution is better. Obedience is better than sacrifice. Go to church. Nah, if somebody insults you in church and you say, I will leave. If they insult you in your workplace, you leave your workplace. No. But if they insult you in church, you leave church. Church that is to save your soul. Your soul, dear, your soul. You see, your body is gonna live for only 120, but your soul will be living forever. When you know what forever means, I'm not trying to preach to you. I'm taking off my hair, as you can see. Forever means eternity. Eternity, 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 eternity. That's what forever means. Forever means like there will be no going back. Some people run to the mountain. That's what the book of Revelation. The mountain will give way that I beg. Not be me and you. Me self they find, what thing I want to do. More thing go come up for them. Some people go to the sea and the sea will dry up. They can't even swim and hide in the sea from the soldier of the devil trying to kill everybody. And they will not kill you. The only thing is that they're going to torture you and make sure you say you don't love Jesus. But the minute you say you don't love Jesus, you get the mark of the Antichrist. And if you get the mark of the Antichrist, well, you are doomed for life. You are going to hell with the devil. It's as simple as that. And you know the story that really baffled me in the Bible? The story that really, really baffled me in the Bible. It's the Noah story. Noah. He went to all of them saying, there's a flood coming. And they shush him. They say, get out, you stupid, or you're foolish. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're saying. How can God, kill? How can God destroy all of us? We are His creation. Yeah, but you're a creation, but you're not doing His will. The reason why you were created, the Bible says our main purpose is to worship God. The main reason why He made human being, He was in heaven and everything was okay. And He said, say for example, now you buy a video game. I'm not comparing human being to a video game, but you buy a video game and it's not working. What will you do? You dump it in the trash. Yeah. I'm not saying we are like video game to God, but I'm just equating. Or say for example, you buy a dog, because you can't create a dog. Or let's say you create a robot and the robot is being like Chucky. Let's say Chucky, and it's killing everybody. It's doing bad. You will want to end the robot. So it's not like God doesn't love us. He loves us, but He's destroying the world for our own good, so He can create human beings that will listen to Him. And if we don't listen, the world will keep going to an end all the time until there are a version of human beings that will eventually listen to God. So some people say, if all of us sin, then God cannot kill. God can kill us because He's able to create a new you, a perfect human being. So that's it. So some people say, all these Christians, they will think that they are perfect. No Christian think they are perfect, dear. No. We all rely on the grace of God, but we accept Jesus in our life because we know but you don't know. This is it. He's the truth, the way, and the light. He's the only one that loves you more than anybody can ever love, because he created you, he molded you. You see, he knows every fiber in your being, even the sickness you have that the doctor has not diagnosed. God knows about it. That's what the Bible says. Don't go to details as to say that God knows your name when you are already in your mother womb. Before you come out, he knew your name. Imagine that. Is that not scary? It's a bit scary. Imagine you thinking that he doesn't know, but he knows you, and he has been looking at since you were born. And because you have been good to other people, you have been nice. You see, this one, he's not serving me, but she's not serving, but she's a good person. And God tries to bring Christians to your life so that they can tell you about Christ, because the Bible says that if you don't give your life to Christ, yeah, because he died for your sin, and every man is a sinner. No matter how good you are still a sinner. If you don't give your life to Christ, and you don't believe in God, at the end, you can't, because Jesus said he's the only way, the truth, and the light. You can't make heaven if you don't believe in Jesus. I know a lot of Muslims will try to argue. I'm not here to argue. I'm not my problem. You either listen or you don't listen. So as I told you that when I was growing up, I wasn't really as gentle as I was beating my parents, the training, and Jesus that came and made me personal, and made me to give my life to him and be good and decide to live for him. But for you to come and argue with somebody that told you that Jesus is Lord, shut up with your Jesus thing. Nah, Jesus said if you tell me to shut up, it's already in the Bible that people will tell you, just leave them. They go to hell, it's not your problem. But sometimes as a human being, you feel sorry for other people, because you'll be like, because when they go to hell, they won't be able to repent, because there's no coming back from it. Hell is eternity. Once you take your last breath on earth, you'll be dropped down into hell if you don't know Jesus. And if you do that, then it will be too late. It will be too late. They'll be weeping. People say, I know. I know I will have listened to Christiana when she said, give your life to Christ. I know I will have listened to that pastor. I know I will have gone to church. I know. I wouldn't have done this. I wouldn't have. But that time it will be too late, dear. It will be too late, and you can't come back from that. So it's better you give your life to Christ. Your life has no meaning anyway. It doesn't. It doesn't have no meaning. See, look at the fire that happened in Los Angeles now. All those people, they build their riches on earth. They build those mansions. Okay, and it's burned down. But in heaven, when you do good things on earth, so you're nice to people, there is Jesus said he's going to build a mansion for us in heaven. So when you are being good, your mansion is built up in heaven, and no thief can steal it. There's no partial in heaven. It's what you do, you get. So no thief can steal that mansion. Is there for you. No canker, no power, nothing can eat it. Nothing can change it. It's there for you. But when you're bad on earth, when you don't believe in Jesus, when you're telling the people that are coming to you with Christ to shut up, and you are building your hellfire by yourself. You are putting fire under it, and you are kindling it. You see, your own hellfire, you'll be the assistants for the demons. So that is that about. I don't know why to say it's dangling like that. About Christianity, I know a lot of people, they didn't grow up knowing God. Nobody told them about Christianity, and because I have a lot of friends that say, because the Catholic, somebody, I'm not saying any church, because this pastor done this. It's in every church. This pastor done this, so I can't give my life. I don't believe. People pretend. People outside of the world pretend. People inside of the church pretend. People, human being as a whole, everybody pretend. But would you rather be with people that they know that they pretend, but they are going to God to help them to be good? Or be with people that they pretend, but they don't even fear God. They don't even think about it. They think that they are living the right life, even though they know that they are not living it. They cheat on their wife. They fornicate and sleep with multiple and think it's okay to do that. Would you rather marry a man like that? Would you rather live like that? No, no, you can't. If you want to, oh, I don't care. Dear, I know of a lady back in my country who she was a Christian, and then you know she married this man and he was having like multiple partner, and people were telling her, and she even saw it, but there's nothing she could do. And then this man got HIV and he infected his wife, and then luckily for him they had children before you know he started doing he think he wants to enjoy his life to the fullest. And the poor lady who was a Christian and said, oh, my body is the temple of God, I can't cheat and things like that, she became the victim. See, she became a victim because she died of HIV, even though she kept herself all her life for God. But this is the thing, if she died of it, she's going to go to heaven. But see, that man that gave her that HIV to die, God is gonna punish him double. He lived longer than the woman because they later got killed. But he's gonna suffer his hellfire on earth before he goes to heaven. And when he goes to heaven, he will suffer hellfire. Unless maybe if he give his life to Christ, he won't suffer. But if he doesn't, he will suffer on earth for giving that. Because when you have HIV and they are giving you a certain prescription, there are things you can't eat. I don't know, but I think they said there's a cure now. But like there are things you can't eat, things you can't do. Do you want to live your life like that? You don't. You want to be healthy. You want to be free. You want to enjoy your life. Choose one partner and stay with them and just, nurture them. Nobody is perfect. Everybody have their flaws. That's how I was talking to one of a friend, and I was telling him that everybody have their flaws. You might think, this girl is not perfect, but that girl might be your soulmate from heaven, and I believe that they are soulmate for everybody. Because I just don't want to talk about mine now because he's sitting here. I don't want him to hear what I'm saying. So, but like they are soulmate for everybody, and sometimes the devil doesn't want you to end up with your soulmate, and you know why? Because he knows that once you end up with your soulmate, God will be happy. Because God knows that he has been orchestrating. God has been planning to bring you guys together. You might be like far away from each other. You might be born in different country, be different continent, but God said, no, this is the one for Christian, or this is the one for Diana, or this, because sometimes you might be very crazy, but there might be a match for you, someone that will take all your craziness, and they won't pretend to you. They'll tell you, oh yeah, you are crazy, I know you're crazy, and they will still, but you might be very kind and don't marry your soulmate. You marry somebody that is not even your soulmate, and that person, that person is a monster. So to cut all the story short, Noah was told to build an ark. Yeah, God sent the warning. He took a microphone and go everywhere. Give your repent. Stop being wicked. God is gonna destroy the world if you don't listen. Please, I love you. I'm begging you. Give your life. They will spit on Noah. They will kick him. Yeah, when I was reading that story, I nearly teared up. Assuming any of them was close to God or was a prophet, God would have shown them too and be like, it's true, this guy is saying the truth. Go with him. But no, they prefer to dirty their temple with your body by doing evil things and putting in toxic, so God couldn't speak to them. If you put toxic things in your body, God cannot speak to you because he will be far from you. So because Noah obeyed God, the Bible says Noah was obedient to God. That is why God showed him. God told him about the flood. But if nobody was obedient to God, God will just destroy everything and rebuild it again. Because we were created for his purpose. That's what the Bible says. So if you're not serving your purpose on earth that God created you for, you might as well go to heaven. Nah. So God is a good God. He's not a wicked God. And he doesn't just destroy the earth because he wants to destroy it. No. People make him do that. Imagine, I was listening to a story where a woman, a woman and her husband sacrificed their 4 years old baby for ritual, and the ritual didn't work. Shut up. Jesus. And the ritual didn't work.
Yeah.
And then I went to the Baba. The man said, Baba, the ritual did not work. Oh. Hey, Jesus. The ritual didn't work. Oh. And this is it. The Baba said,
well,
the ritual didn't work.
I'm not
Yes,
around
the ritual
today,
didn't work. Oh. And
I think you're better off ringing the office and she'll get one of the other
And-
to head over.
this is how you do it. This is how you take off the hair. Take the comb.
Alright, thank you. Bye
And
bye.
you do that.
Bye, bye.
And that. And that. And that. So the Baba said, they said, we killed the child, we put him under the bed, we do all the incantation. The ritual didn't work, Baba. And this is our only child. Baba said, you didn't do it right. Come and bring another child. Hey! A whole child. Hey, a destiny that God has created. Jesus. That child that could have been a doctor, or that could have been the only person that could find a cure to HIV, or could have been the only person to find a cure to coronavirus. Every human being comes to this world with their destiny. But if you kill somebody, they wouldn't fulfill their purpose. And their purpose might be something that will be helpful for you. Look at the people that discover electricity. The people that, there were one people, if those people had died before their time, there will be no electricity in this world today. Nobody else can do what I am supposed to do. Nobody else can do what you are supposed to do. So that is the thing. If people are coming to you to give you a regret, maybe you have a purpose in God. Maybe you are going to be the Ryan Bonking of our generation. Maybe you are going to be the Katri Kuma. Maybe you are going to be the Benzi Dausa of our generation. Give your life to Christ. If people are coming to you, you are not special. They are coming to you because God wants you. God is calling you. God wants you to change your generation. That is why. But if you don't, and you go to hell, yeah. That was a you. Look at small you. God wanted you to be to save the world. That you fear. The devil will flog you, even though you did his will. He will flog you. That's how the devil is. He's a confused vagabond. He will flog you, even though you done his will. Now, even though you done his will, he will flog you. God is the only one that loves you more than anybody can ever love you. I'm not gonna giving you an example. I'm looking at my hair, so I'm bored and I'm losing my hair. So let's lose our hair and chat. So yeah. So I was saying, he's the only one that loves you more than anyone can ever love you. He called you blessed. Do you know the name that God called you in the Bible? He called you blessed. He called you his masterpiece. God sat down and he said, oh, this is beautiful. This is Christiana. I want to create her like this. Or I want her to have this beautiful nose. I want her to have these eyes. He took his time to mold your eyelashes, your eyebrows, everything about you. So he loves you. Imagine when you have a baby, when you see the baby for the first time, the way that mother to daughter love, God love is greater than that. The mother to daughter, the love that you just want to pamper that child. You don't want them to go to the fire because you don't want them to get burned. You don't want them to touch anything evil. You don't want them to be, to come around anything toxic. You just care for them. That motherly love that you have for them. God loves you more than that. If you go on my Facebook page, I put it on my status that God loves you more than anybody can ever love you. I was I went to a salon to do my hair, because sometimes I go to the salon. And I was hearing people discussing about a young boy, that just jumped off the cliff and killed himself. And I was like, why? They said maybe he posted Instagram and he didn't get like, or he done this and he didn't get this. I was like, why is this generation so shallow? So shallow. That is not a big. So shallow. The devil has infected this generation to the core that he's like they're so shallow. Why will you take your life because of an Instagram like, because of your parents are fighting, because of this? Okay, I grew up in Africa, and I won't say that my life was perfect, but I have never once known, because you just can't, because there are other things for you to think about. You have not eaten since morning. Well, how are you going to be thinking about killing yourself? No, you'll be thinking about how you're gonna go out there and work for your dad so that he can give you money for you to, you don't, you want to buy the new iPhone, but you need to go work and get money. You know, if you want someone to like your video, get a booster or something. Yeah, if they don't want to like your video, they don't have to like it. See you. Well, like and subscribe on my video, but if you don't want to like it, it's your problem. No big deal. It's not force. I'm just doing it because I'm bored and I have a YouTube channel that's asking me to post. So this is why I'm making this video. And yeah, this is how you take off your hair. Don't forget you do it like this. Ouch. My scarf is so sensitive. Don't mind me. And boo. My husband used to help me to take it off before, but he's a big man now, so I do it myself. So yeah, life is not that complicated. It's simple. Everything. When I was young, I used to ask myself that question. I used to say, where do we come from? Do we come from our mother woman? Until I got a Bible. I used to have that tiny little blue Bible, and I read that in the beginning. And when I read that, something in my heart believed it. Because it felt real to me. It felt real. God created it. There was nothing. Nothing. The Bible said there was nothing that was made without him. God is an architect, he's a doctor, he's a lawyer. He's your lawyer. Jesus is your lawyer on a battlefield. Some of us, the enemy have accused. There's nothing he has not gone to say to God. Oh, look at this person. You love her. Look at what she's doing. Look at this. But God still says, she's my daughter. I still love her. And she's going to change. And when God destroyed the earth, there was a time in the Bible where God destroyed the earth with fire and brimstone. When God destroyed the earth with water, he said, made us that promise that he's not going to destroy the earth again with water. But he didn't say he won't destroy it again. So for those of you that you want to, God will not destroy this earth again. It's too beautiful. Palmer, a photo fete, he's still going to, if we don't repent, if people don't give their life to Christ, if you don't take God seriously, even if you don't go to church, nobody's asking you. Going to church is important because the Bible says, do not forsake the gathering of the saints. But most people don't understand. I think you just give your life, you get baptized, you don't have to go to. If you don't go to church, you will not grow in the spirit. That's it. Going to church is an exercise in order for you to grow in the spirit. When you go to church, you listen to the word of God, you understand it. You can read the Bible at home, but you can't understand it like when the pastor preach it. There's sometimes I go to church and I feel like, does the pastor have a camera in my home? That's how, because you see that this what they are saying is directly to you. That is why, as a child of God, when I first gave my life to Christ, this is what I done it in a crusade, and this is what the pastor said: look for a Bible believing church, a church that believe in God, a church that know that. Not this. I'm not talking about any church, but I'm saying a church that believe in God. When they are saying the truth, if you are a child of God, that you have given your life to God, he sees you giving his life. He would have read to you, ask him for direction. Father, lead me to a church where you are. Because there are some churches God is not there. I won't lie to you. I've been to a church before and I looked up and I saw the pastor and I saw something else in the spirit. It wasn't God. God wasn't in that church. He was there, but definitely not in that pastor. Because he was dressed in a normal, in a clothes, but he was looking like something else. So that's it. When you give your life to Christ, ask God to lead you to a Bible-believing church. Sorry. And this is one thing people to know. Your pastor is not God. He's a human being. People make mistakes. People sin. People have past. People have weakness. weaknesses. So you can't say because my pastor has done this, because my pastor made this mistake, I will never go to church. Yeah, you will go to hell, your pastor will go to heaven. It's not your pastor. If that pastor go to God, Father, I'm sorry I've done this. I'm just a human. Have mercy. God will forgive him. But you that you are saying because of your pastor, you don't want to go to church. Ha! Your hair will be kindled with fire. So don't, because of somebody else, lose your salvation. Even if your wife is making you angry, do not sin. Well, they be angry, but sin not. You can just walk out. If she's making you angry, just walk out of the house. It's done. I'm not telling you, I'm not perfect. I myself, sometimes I get angry and I do things that I regret. God, the Bible says God. No one is perfect. If there's anybody that say, "Oh, I'm perfect," the Bible says they are lying. That is what the Bible says. I'm not bringing out that quotation now because I'm taking out my hair. That's what I'm doing. I'm not here to preach. I'm here to take out my hair. There's enough preaching on the internet for you to listen to. So I'm not going to bore you by bringing out my Bible to preach. There's enough preaching. Enough. But people, when they see preaching on the internet, they stroll by. Nah. I pity your life. I pity you. May God open your eyes. As you are watching, may the Holy Spirit open your eyes to see. Because that's all I can see. Because if we start talking now, they will put it on the internet. Oh, this person said this. No, it's not me and you. I'm just losing my head. Did I say anything? No. So it's not. It's life itself. Life is easy. It's easy, but people people take it so like, like a do or die. No, it's not. If you go to a church and they are not nice to you, you don't like what they are doing to you, pray to God about it to help them to change. That's sin. They are sinning, and they don't know that they are sinning by being mean to you, but they are. They are. So pray for their soul. That's what I do when I go to a church and somebody do something. But I don't leave the church because it's hard to find a Bible believing church lately. So the devil will make people to be bad to you so that you can leave that church and you can go to hell. Me and you who Jesus said, if anything will make you to miss heaven, cut it off. Even if it's your arm, now carry the cutlass and chop off your arm and throw it in the fire. It's that serious. It's that serious, dear. Heavenly race is that serious. It's the most important thing. Because when you get to heaven, you might not even remember your loved ones. You might not even remember. It's you and your God. It's because of my daughter, I went to become a prostitute so that I can take care of her. Paya! It's you and your God. Yeah. Oh, that story is touching. But it still doesn't change the fact that you disobey God. It doesn't. It doesn't. And I'm not trying to judge you. I have my own life. Everybody have their own destiny. But I'm trying to say, Jesus said, if your arm is going to make you to sin, cut it off. No. I'm not saying that even if you go and do prostitution because you are going to take care of your family, let it be. Maybe be praying to God to give you a better job while you are doing it. And when you get another job, leave it and ask God to forgive you. You shouldn't even be doing it in the first place. But if there's no other thing for you to do, if there's no other, if you are really stranded and I don't even advise you to do it, because your body is the temple of the Lord. See, anything you put in your body, I was reading part of the Bible that says, like, it's not just sleeping with somebody. Your soul is you're sharing their everything. You're sharing their everything. You're sharing their everything. It might look because you are not kissing. No, you are still sharing their everything. As long as you both do that. I don't want to mention it here. I'm a Christian, I can't be saying that name. Not but like, as long as you both do that thing, your soul is intertwined. You see yourself, sometimes you see yourself behaving like your partner. See that some habit that they have, you want to start imitating. Not that you want to, but you see yourself doing it. Jesus. Sometimes you have to pray yourself out of it. It's sometimes you see you sleep with somebody and you see that you see that some of the spirit that they have is transferred to you. It's like that. So if you do prostitution,